April, right? There you go. Okay, guys, by 5 p.m., unless you guys are willing to go overtime, our goal is for you, when you practice teaching, to have great command of English language as the OJTs practice teaching as requirement in their practicum. And in order to achieve this goal, our objectives are the following. At the end of this one-day program, the participants should have been able to. How about you guys read each bullet? And let me check on your pronunciation. And if I spot any mispronunciation, I'll correct it right then and there. Alright? Anyone? Why don't you read the objectives by which, or with which we would achieve? Anyone? Come on. Don't be shy. Yes, go ahead.
Pronounce most commonly the spoken words teaching correctly.
Very good. Okay. What did I get there? I'm not going to require you to pronounce this word this way, written, if that's how you say it. Alright? I'm going to teach you how to say that later on. Right? It's like you're speaking with a cleft palate. But that's how you say it, written. But it's okay, since our target here is not to sound American, but just to speak the English language neutrally, you can just say written. That's right. Written. Okay? So there, pronounce most commonly written and spoken words in teaching correctly. That's why, where's Marlon? Marlon, and of course, Ryan Oliver is over there. That's why, Marlon, I had you collect words that you guys most commonly use or say when you teach, because we're going to practice pronouncing them correctly. Alright? Next! Anybody else? Come on! You know what? When I train, I facilitate. This is not a one-man show. This is not about me, this is about you. So I want to actually involve you guys. Okay, Solomon, go. Solomon. Say the words in English. Guys, before you start reading, let's respect other people the way we want to be respected. So when somebody's reciting, please shut up! Okay, just kidding. Alright, go.
Say Filipino words in English with the right diction and enrich one's vocabulary to be a more effective teacher.
Second one. Actively second one.
Speak in English with correct and understandable grammar.
Okay, so far so good. That's fine. And last but not least, what did you guys, you know what? Listening is one of the best forms of, or the best means of learning English. What did you guys hear me say? Last but not least. How do Filipinos say it? Last but not the least. That's wrong. It's last but not least. Remove the "the." Okay? So every time you're going to say that expression, what do you say?
Last but not least.
And when you hear your professor say it that way, correct them. Right? Why are you correcting me? Because Hermione told us so, right? It's not last but not the least. It's last but not least. Okay? So yeah, last but not least. Anybody else? Who would like to read the third bullet? Anyone? Yes, go ahead.
Say spoken words in English with the right diction. Speak with confidence, clarity, and quality.
I like it. You know what? Let's applaud. Okay. I like the way you pronounce this, because that's how you really pronounce it. He said confidence. Can everybody please say it that way? Confidence.
Confidence.
So from now on, we're getting confidence. Right? Sir, I want to improve my confidence. There. So instead of con, it's con. And I'm going to teach you that sound later on. Okay? So far so good? Do you like our objectives?
Yes.
Alright.
Yes.
So as you can see, we're going to be covering pronunciation, which you never say pronunciation, by the way. The verb or the action word is pronounce, but when it becomes a noun, it's pronunciation, not pronunciation. Alright? So pronunciation, grammar, and of course vocabulary, and a little articulation of fluency. Alright. Remember, the reason why some people struggle in speaking English is the foundation is weak, or there's no foundation at all. Right? By the way, those who are sitting here at front, let me have a disclaimer, or let me apologize in advance. If I shower you with my blessings, eat my saliva, okay? So just protect yourself. All right? Or look at it positively. It's me. So when you are shared with my blessings, you don't have a bright future ahead. All right. So the foundations of excellent English we have to form or strengthen would be the following. There. But we're not going to cover everything. It's not American accent training or accent neutralization training. But we're going to be covering this check, this check, this check, not this one, okay? 4 hours is not enough, believe me, okay? And then articulation of fluency. Well, this is a very broad topic, so if I'm going to particularize it, we're just going to be covering how to remove your fillers, how not to stutter or stammer. Does everybody know stuttering? When you're stuttering in Tagalog, that's? No time. What's stammering? There. And last but not least, voice quality. This is the Myron Sta. Speaking on. D, double D. There. But you know what? Our aim here is not to sound like a DJ or a video jock. Okay? We're just going to neutralize our delivery. Alright, so shall we begin? The first foundation we're going to strengthen is pronunciation. You know what? In Filipino, the reason why Filipinos are amazing, are wonderful English speakers, but the reason we're having difficulty at times is our vowels are only limited to 5. Right? What are those? A, I, O. What? A, I, O. A, E, I, O, U. So we're only limited to 5 vowels. So when we speak in English, we only get to carry or apply our only 5 vowels. But in neutral English, there are 15. And I'm going to teach you those 15 vowels now. What are those? Okay, I will let you hear them. A, A, E, I, O, U, Oi, ow. Yes, that's true. So, when we speak in English, we've got to what? Incorporate these 15 vowels. And that's what we're going to learn today. Okay? So what are those? But before that, let's define what pronunciation is. Can everybody please read it?
Pronunciation is simply the way in which a word or name is pronounced.
There you go. And there are only 2 pronunciations in the world. We've got American English and we've got British English. Because pronunciation is different from accent. Accent is the manner by which you speak English, regardless of what your pronunciation is. So we've got American accent, we've got African accent, we've got Japanese accent, we've got Filipino accent, we've got Indian accent. Because so accent is a combination of pronunciation and what we call native tongue influence. There. So that's accent. That's how different it is from pronunciation. So here we go. These are the standard American, or what we call neutral English vowel sounds. We've got 3 types under A, and those are Italian A, American A, long A, and just to let you hear them, it's A. We've got 2 under E, short E and long E, those are and E. We've got 2 under I, and those are I and I. We've got 2 under O, and those are aw and O. You guys are great. we've got 2 under U, and those are and oo. And then of course, schwa is slur is and then we've got the diphthongs. Diphthongs oi and ow. Interesting, right? Is it interesting?
Yes.
And of course, we're gonna master how to differentiate consonants from one another. All right? We've got a class we've got to differentiate B from B. So we will not go this way. Uy, what sport do you love playing? Oh, I love volleyball. Volleyball, right? Really? You love volleyball? Perfect. Perfect. So there. And, you know, perfect, that's BNF. And of course, we've got Filipino R versus neutral R. Filipino R is what we call the rolling R. Right? Oh, along the riles there. And the neutral R or the soft R is para sa tabi there. Is there anyone here? Para. What's the name of Filipino R or the rolling R is para. And you know what? If you produce R that way, you're on the right track. Because that's the neutral R. And of course, we can voice TH versus D. So how are you going to differentiate brother and brother? Brother. Right? And voice TH, how are you going to differentiate saying thought, the past tense of think, and then taught, the past tense of teach. Alright? And then, in which words do you pronounce the S as an S and you pronounce it as Z? And there are rules governing it as well. If you're listening to me, I said as well. And that word is spelled A-S. But I pronounce it as, so that's a Z. So there's a rule behind it. We're going to talk about that. And sh versus je. Is it vision or vision? Vision. It's the latter, and we're going to talk about it too. Neutral S versus Filipino S. Boy, okay. So on and so forth. Okay. But you know what? Before we could even start knowing about and mastering the different vowels and consonants in the neutral English category, you know what? It's going to be very hard for you to learn them if you don't have full grasp or control of your speech mechanisms yet. Do you guys know what your speech mechanisms are? Okay, what parts of your body or your face do you use for producing sounds? Those are exactly what your speech mechanisms are. Can you enumerate those? Mouth. Show your mouth. Okay, what else? Tongue. Show your tongue. Right? Teeth. Show your teeth. Alright? What else? Jaw. Very good. You were just speaking. There. And you know what? Guys, it's very hard to pronounce words correctly if your speech mechanisms don't cooperate. So you have to make them relax, or you have to loosen them up. Alright? Who among you here watches boxing? Boxing. Okay, great. I'm not sure if you get to watch, the start of the introduction of the fighters. Before fighters are introduced, what do you notice them doing in either corner, right? Right? What do they do that for? Well, in boxing, they loosen up their jaw to protect themselves. If they get hit by one big shot and they get hit here, then they